Now, don't get me wrong, the Pixel 2 XL can be a great phone for the right person. But before you go spend your cash, let's talk about the issues we know about it thus far. And at the top of the list was the somewhat dull display. Many reviewers, including our own Joshua Vergara, noted that the colors on the Pixel 2 XL's display don't pop out as much as we had expected from an OLED display. In our review, we remarked that the saturation was dialed down, which gave colors a somewhat dull appearance. Google said that this was intentional, since the Pixel 2 XL's display was tuned for accuracy, not for vibrancy. Now, to Google's credit, the November security patch includes a new saturated color mode in the display settings, which you can toggle to make the display's colors more vibrant. Keep in mind that the mode might deliver less than true life color representation, which some people like. Now, is this a really big deal? I don't think so. Unless you're comparing it side by side to another flagship that really does have a fantastic display, I don't think you're going to notice that big of a difference. Now, the second issue is also with regards to the display. The display exhibits a blue shift even at slight angles. People have noticed that viewing the display even slightly off-center results in the display exhibiting a cooling effect, almost akin to a blue tint. Now, issue number 3 is the more significant and more talked about issue surrounding the Pixel 2 XL's display. It's the possibility of burn-in. Screen burn-in is an issue that typically affects OLED screens as they age. Even though screen burn-in depends on factors like screen brightness, what is being shown on the display, and the type of hardware, it could take years for the effect to be noticeable. However, Android Central's Alex Doby noticed the effect just after a week of normal usage. Doby also mentioned that his Pixel 2 did not exhibit any amount of screen burn-in during the same time period. Google says it is investigating reports of burn-in and has since released the November security patch, which includes measures that fade out the navigation buttons and reduce the maximum screen brightness. Google noted that these measures will not detract from the user experience, but it appears that the company is at least paying attention to users' concerns. Now, this is obviously a more serious issue, so I was hoping that our audience could help out possible future Pixel 2 XL owners. If you have this phone and you've had this problem or not had the problem, let us know in the comments below to see just how common this burn-in issue is. And the fourth issue is black smearing. Black smearing happens when the screen transitions from black pixels to colored pixels, such as when you're on a page with black objects. Now, to be fair, this problem is not unique to the Pixel. OLED displays have had this problem previously, but Google has said that its engineers were investigating the reports. Now, the fifth issue is that the phone can make high-pitched noises and clicking sounds. The issue seems more prevalent on the smaller Pixel 2 than the Pixel 2 XL, but folks with the latter have still reported issues of high-pitched noises and clicking sounds. At the time that these issues initially came up, turning off the NFC was the solution to the clicking noise. The high-pitched sounds remained even if you turned off NFC, though Google has since released an update that looks to have eliminated both problems. And the sixth issue I wanted to bring up is that the phone can randomly reboot itself. After some clever testing, one user deduced that the reboots only occurred when entering a low signal area where LTE is patchy. The same user later found that the problem was stopped entirely by switching the Pixel 2 XL's preferred network type to 3G only. That's hardly an ideal solution, of course, but Google said it was looking into the matter. Now, I wanted to make really clear to everyone that these issues are not common to all Pixel 2 XL owners. Some have them, some don't. I, for example, have the Pixel 2, and I don't have any of those issues. No problem at all, except for maybe some dull saturation. But that's just comparing it to the Note 8, which had an absolutely stunning screen. So if you have some of those issues, let us know in the comments below, and then future potential buyers can know which issue is sort of common. But there is the article linked below in the show description that goes into a lot more issues, into a little bit more detail. We didn't want to drag this on to a 15-20 minute show. You know how it goes. Let me know what you think in the comments below and on Twitter.